listening to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Your hosts, Nate and John, cover their shared history with the band, discover new music together, and cover the farthest reaches of the Deep Purple family tree and beyond. Here's Nate and John now.
Welcome to the Deep Purple Podcast, a fan podcast devoted to one of the greatest bands in rock history, Deep Purple. Today's episode is episode 378, Deep Purple SPLAT, Part 2. And coming to you from the suburbs of Chicago, where every child in the greater Chicago area is at my house right now. I'm your host, Nathan Beaudry.
And coming to you from the suburbs of Providence, I'm your co-host, John Butt Dial Matola.
Butt pictures I saw.
Oh no, it gets worse.
Oh, you're dialing people too?
Well, first of all, yeah, okay, and this is all after the fact, okay? This is all shit that I do not even realize when it's happening. And I have to be, it's either that I turned 50 and immediately I'm just fucking old and I'm making all these mistakes with my phone that old people make. Like, how does this camera work? How do you turn off the flashlight goes on by mistake and it's just like hitting people in the eyes? Or my phone is fucked up, and I'm really hoping it's the second one. Because as I sent to you, what was it, yesterday? There was just a whole like
a gallery of the inside of your pocket.
Like the inside of my pocket. Photos, videos, like it was horrible. I'm like, what is all this? I don't remember taking this. I don't remember it happening. I called my neighbor, my upstairs neighbor, by mistake. I have her as an emergency contact, in case anything, happens between
it's like the painter all over again.
It's well, not an emergency like 911, but we know each other's info in case, like, say I'm not home and there's a water leak or something, we can. And so I'm like, I didn't make an outgoing call to her. When the hell did this happen? And then today, I pull my phone out of my pocket to do something, and it says, iPhone unavailable for 4 minutes. Try again in 4 minutes.
Oh, that's been happening to Jen a lot lately. Like every time she goes for a walk, she's locked herself out of her phone.
Yep.
It's like something about like the pants she's wearing. That must be the material where like it's like touching her leg as she's like bouncing on her leg as she's walking or whatever, and it like it dials your passcode. That's dangerous.
Yeah. And this is for all the DPP New England chapter, material is the enemy in this case.
Yeah.
Material in this case is the enemy. But yeah, so within the past like 2 to 3 days, like all this stuff has been happening, which is like, in addition to that, like, I mean, may as well just add, in addition to butt dialing, I have these readers, which I put like this, in my shirt. So not
slowly transforming into Pops. Maybe not so slowly.
Well, no, Pops, he puts them up here on his forehead, and then he's like, "Where are my glasses?"
He's looking around for him. Yeah.
But I have my car pair, so I put on my seatbelt and I put them in like this, so I don't forget to take them with me where I go. I take off the seatbelt and they go flying up out the window.
Of course, yeah. They went out the window.
Well, I mean, the car was stopped, but I went like this and they went flying and they hit the window. One time they went flying out the window, and it's like every time, and I forget that I'm wearing them. I'm just like, all right, that's it. I'm officially not cool. I'm just a bumbling idiot at this point.
Well, welcome to the club.
All right. So it doesn't sound like it, but there are many children.
It's suspiciously, I came
in your house.
I came home from work, and there were so many bicycles in my driveway, I could barely get in my driveway. I was like, oh no, what's going on? And it's just every child has like 4 friends over. I don't know what's going on. But it actually sounds pretty quiet. So I don't know, maybe they've found a TV to watch or something. I don't know, but they had complete control over the basement. I just came downstairs. I was like, beat it. They all left. So,
hey, I noticed something too, is like when you're talking, you got a little thing flashing behind you.
Oh yeah, it's my I had one in the other room for the record, but there's this like a little sound meter behind me, so it just kind of goes with the music or with my voice at the moment.
I like that. Very cool.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. But hey, folks, we are back. Part 2 here. This wonderful July release. We had some incredible flooding over the weekend.
Ooh, I saw.
Streets were closed. Nobody could get to our house, so we were gonna grill for the 4th of July, and and then it just was like downpouring. I was like, well, I guess I'm doing these wings and burgers in the oven and on the stovetop. And then the power went out. I was like, oh shit, maybe I'm not doing them at all. And then, the power came back very quickly because we never lose power here. And but everyone that was supposed to come over was like, we can't come over. Like every time we turn down, this street is closed, that street's flooded. And so I just called my neighbor and I was like, hey, you guys want to come over? We got a lot of food. And they came over. We just hung out all night. It was great.
Nice.
And then we did something the next morning with the family. So
nice.
But we're here, folks. We're here to get into part 2 of SPLAT. I took a day off yesterday of listening to it because I'd listened to it like 8 times on July 3rd.
Yeah.
So I just took a little bit of a break. So I'm excited to get back into the tracks again because I am really enjoying listening to it. But just a reminder for everybody, the Deep Purple podcast is 100% listener supported and ad free. So if you get some value from us, please consider giving us some value back. And I got to say, the ad free thing is great. There's been some of these sites that have posted reviews of the album, and I go to the site. Oh, there's a new review of Splat. I go to it, and it'll be like the review will load up, and then like a giant picture of a washing machine just shows up on the screen, completely blocking all the text. And it's like you're trying to find the X to click it on. I'm like, this is not sustainable. And I mean, I get it; those sites have to make a living or whatever. But I'm like, it's unusable. There's so many sites are unreadable, unusable. Because of all of this crap. So you don't get that if you go to deeppurplepodcast.com. No ad. The only ad on it is for Ovis Nakvi's wonderful book, Before We Forget. Now available in hardback on Amazon. So check that out.
And don't you forget.
Forget to buy at least 3 copies. Okay. So, you can join us on Patreon or PayPal. And if you become a patron of the show, you get access to our Discord channel, our rating spreadsheet, our invites for our live stream episodes, links to submissions for our album rankings episodes. And if we get an episode banned on YouTube, you'll get special secret access to it. Coming up in August 13th, Mansfield, Mass. Me, Rich, Mark, Pete, and Steve, at least, maybe more, will be at the show, the Deep Purple show, so come see us. And then on August 24th and 25th, me, John, and Rich will be at the show. Some other patrons are joining us. I believe one Coyote Bongwater will be there. Evan Robinson, people. Peter from Illinois. He is people from Illinois.
People from Illinois.
Ryan M. There's going to be a bunch of folks there, so it's going to be maybe one of our bigger meetups. Indianapolis on the 24th, Highland Park, Illinois on the 25th. Come check us out and get us your rankings for the Come Taste the Band episode. If you are a patron, need those rankings by August 1st. And before we get to the main meat of the episode, we of course have to do Postcards from the Edge of Connecticut. And this one is actually a timely one. I might not get to all of these this week, which means you're probably not going to hear them for another month or so, maybe longer. But this one comes to us right here. We got the lovely commemorative 1776 to 1976 bicentennial.
Nice.
We just had our, what do they call it? The bisequentennial or something? The 250
America 250, they've been calling it.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, because it was a sesquicentennial something or other. It says commemorating the 200th anniversary of the United States of America, right there. And it says, Nate, now here is a 50-year delayed celebration for you. Happy 250th America, Pete. So lovely. And the vintage 1776 postcard. Then we have this postcard's a little small. But the next postcard's the biggest I've ever received. It's about the size.
Wow.
It's bigger. It's funny that you can use a postcard stamp on it because it's bigger than an envelope. And it says greetings from Ballyshannon, and it's got the statue of Rory Gallagher, and it says, "Hey guys, here's a giant postcard for you. Saw lots of great live music and bands at the Rory Gallagher Fest." It says the Rowback, and then it says Lazy Blues, and it's crossed out. Hard working blues that the Rowback experienced while he was in Ballyshannon. So thank you to all of you for that. And I'll have some extremely late postcards to read at some point in August. All right, John. So it's been a few days since the release of the album and since we put out part 1, the episode. Any additional revelations when sitting on this for a few days?
Not really. I mean, unlike, I've been trying to maximize my time here because it's only been a couple of days. So I've been like trying to listen to the second half of the album because I'm like, all right, we already, like, I'm enjoying it, but it's like if I have to think about our review, obviously I have to not re-listen to the songs I already like. Although I did like listen to like the Lunatic and The Only Horse in Town because they're my top favorites right now, it seems. Nice. But the other ones, like I gave it maybe the second half, like another listen earlier today. But I guess no new revelations, except there were some things where I'm like, I was going to mention them in the last episode and like musical stuff, but it obviously didn't happen during the first batch of songs. So some of them happened during this one. So
well, you probably can't see it because my my screen is blurred, but the vinyl is over there. And when my buddy was over, my neighbor was over the other night for some chicken wings. He said, "Hey, is that the new album that you're talking about?" He's like, "Let's listen to it." So we listened to the vinyl version, dropped it on the turntable over here, and was very surprised on the second song, Diablo. Started playing, and we're just chatting. We had a couple drinks, and then all of a sudden I'm listening. I'm like, there's more. So the solo section in there where they're trading between the three of them, between Keith Urban and Simon and Don, was longer, and then there's like Gillan kind of cackling at the end. So it's like 45 seconds longer than the one that's released as a single. So you've got this album release on vinyl that's got extras, and I don't know if there's extras on other songs, but at least on that one song, you've got the CD release, which apparently is the same. Then you've got the digital release on the streaming services is the single versions as well put in there instead. So, and then of course the vinyl has the instrumental track that they debuted a few months ago on it as a single. So there's so many different versions of this. It's just super crazy. But that's interesting to know. And I think it worked a lot better. They should have just left it in and had more solos. Cause like we talked about in the last episode, well, you get Keith Urban here. He plays, I don't know, like a 10-second solo and then that's it. But there's a little more like back and forth. So check out the vinyl release or the CD release too. From what I'm told, has that as well. But other than that, a few other things came out. We misidentified the artist as Candy Medusa.
We did?
When it came in, it says the art on the album was done by Jekyll and Hyde graphic design in Italy, Milan, with additional design by Alexander Murch.
Okay.
So, but I don't know why it gave us that. It might have been because she had done that design for the Above and Beyond single, so it might have just been confused.
Maybe. I mean, I wasn't like I didn't put it into AI or anything. It was on the I thought it was on their their album their record label's site, I thought.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, or I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. I was looking it up, quickly, but the name came up a bunch of times.
I don't know, but I couldn't find anything about it in there. So yeah, Jekyll and Hyde they've got like a very basic website. You can check it out if you want. JEH.IT is the website. But I think it's mostly in Italian. So,
I mean, she's done stuff for Deep Purple.
She has. So, and I really like her art.
So we're not wrong.
We're not wrong. Just a little bit wrong. Not entirely wrong.
And now there's going to be a week of like people just being like, oh, "You're wrong" before they hear this.
Yeah, so. Probably not because it's so new. You know, I think if we dared to make that mistake about an album that had come out years ago, like you idiots, knuckleheads,
chuckleheads.
Knuckleheads and chuckleheads. All right, so should we just get right back into it then? Get into the next section of songs. So the second half of this album starts with the Guilt Trippin', which was their third single. And then when that came out, they kind of packaged it all together in an EP form with this song first, and then Arrogant Boy and Diablo. It's very similar to the technique they used on Equals One. This single was released. This was the one that they did they released the video on June 23rd, and then the single on streaming on June 24th. And then, of course, we have, since we put this up, there's a wordography from Ian Gillan on his Karamba site for every song. So, well, not every song. I'll get to that in a minute. So this is what he says about Guilt Trippin'. Although they've known what's coming next, SPLAT, God and Darwin are down the pub having a pint whilst discussing humanity's population eruption. Charlie, we got to get the numbers right next time. Hum-de ha, says Darwin, who doesn't like to interfere. So that's the conversation between God and I don't know what all the hum-de ha.
And this is Gillan?
Yes. In case you couldn't tell.
Yeah, no, it's he's wacky as ever.
He's a wacky guy. So this one has the video. It's a cool video. But we're gonna listen to the audio here. So here's the third single, Guilt Trippin'. Starting off with the Tickling of the Ivories by Don.
I like this.
Yeah. Doesn't give you any indication of where it's going, which is
not at all.
Always good. And they released a little teaser with just this section right here, which I thought was super, super cool. Just like 8 or 9 seconds of it. So it's a cool effect of Gillan screaming in the far distance and then singing kind of in a normal voice in the foreground.
Yeah, this makes me think of something that he could have like done on Born Again.
Yeah.
Because he did that similar kind of voice, but I mean, how much of that do you think is an effect? Because he can't sing that high anymore. Like, maybe it's like an octave or something like that, or
I don't think so. I think he's probably just because we've seen him do the beginning of Highway Star. We've seen him do is it Hard Lovin' Man recently?
Yeah.
So I think he's probably doing it, but he's probably doing it like a reduced volume. I would think up close to the mic.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a cool effect. It really. This is very classic, like mid-'80s Deep Purple, like breakdown.
Yeah, it's great.
Like something of House of Blue Light or something.
part's very Pink Floyd where you hear like just the talking in the background.
Yeah, very.
Oh, is he saying the ho-de hum-de hum? Like that might be what he's saying. His Charles Darwin impression.
It's great, foregoing the organ for a nice acoustic piano solo.
I like it there, but I don't know that I love it later on. But it's very unexpected.
Simon does a really great solo here. This is nice.
This part is the
Sounds like Don tripped and he was hanging onto the piano to try and break his fall.
He's rolling with it, yeah, like it's like when the person like gets in the big tire and they push it down a hill. He's like attached to the piano.
Yeah. Kind of like the grand piano version of John Lord on that robot solo from House of Blue Light. What the hell is this? Yeah, I don't know that I loved that second, but overall it was.
I mean,
it's
good. Cool, but I feel like if it had gone into an organ at that point, it might have worked better, or maybe the whole thing organ. So it's very cool, like a song that could have overstayed its welcome very easily. Still on the, a little shy of 5 minutes. Doesn't feel like it. Goes by really, really fast because there's enough interesting stuff happening. But yeah, pretty cool. What do you think of Guilt Trippin'?
I'll give it a 3.
All right.
I thought it was pretty good, but not great. Okay. I mean, I like the direction they're going in. Very heavy. Gillan is whether it's studio help or not, which most likely it is, but like how the vocals evoke that kind of Born Again thing. And I say that because Gillan was at his heaviest in Born Again. So when he does stuff that sounds kind of Sabbathy, it really sticks out to me. But he has a really snarly kind of vocal in this, which is kind of different from everything else on the album. I think Simon's solos are just like really great. Like he's really melodic on this, really melodic and memorable on the solos. I like the breakdown. Like I said, that really reminds me of something from 80s Purple. I'll think of it eventually, but really cool breakdown there. Don's piano solo, it was a mixed bag, I mean, yeah, could have gone for some Hammond, could have gone without the tripping down the stairs piano, like on the second part of the solo. It didn't really, kind of sounded like chaotic, almost like, you want to maybe do another take of that one? All right, let's.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what they were going for. I mean, it's Don Airey, he can kind of do whatever he wants, but. Yeah. Like I thought the beginning part of the solo was like really good. But then when it got on past that, I was like, could kind of use a Hammond. And just the intensity of the song seemed like it was more suited for the Hammond. But
yeah, but I mean, I get what they were trying to do is just maybe take a couple of left turns, where you don't think they were going. But yeah, I mean, also one thing I didn't mention too is like Ian Pace was doing some cool stuff on here too. The kind of the what do you call that? A rolling snare thing that he did at the beginning, like the military drum sounding thing. Yeah. I mean, always cool to hear that kind of stuff. And, he sounded really good in this as well. And I think there was a part where like Roger stuck out too. He kind of did a little think it was in the during a guitar solo, and he did kind of a bass run. So it's like feel like everybody was kind of got a little moment in here. But like I said, the song as a whole, maybe I need more time to sit with it. But I mean, like I said, good but not great.
Well, you've had more time with this one than just about any other one, so if it hasn't hit you yet, maybe that's just it.
Oh.
I'm on the fence, but I'll give this one a 3.5. I do like it. Parts of it really get stuck in my head. I think it's definitely cool and inventive. I just feel like beginning and ending with the piano was really cool. I feel like that middle section either should have maybe just done more of that kind of jazz style thing, or gone or hyped it up and brought it a little heavier. Because while I appreciate what he's doing, that whole part was a little well, it was like the Richie version of, when Richie's falling down the stairs to start a solo. Maybe if he had been like and then gone into a solo, but it was like the entire section was like that. It was just bang, bang, bang. It was like very, very chaotic.
Not didn't really hit the ear the way that I was hoping.
Yeah, there was this one woman I was following on no, I'm not following, but I think she just popped up in Instagram. So what happens now is, because I don't really look at Instagram, people's like, check out this video on Instagram. I open Instagram, it never goes to the video they sent me. It just loads up whatever random thing they think I'm going to like. So I see all these videos that way, which is actually kind of cool. But then I have to go back to the text somebody sent me, click it, and then it'll open what they sent me. But one of the times this happened, it was this woman just sitting at a piano, and she's like playing, it was like me playing jazz, and it was like she's like, there's this like bass and drum going, and then she's at a piano and she just goes bling, bling, and then you hear the crowd woo, and it's not even clear whether she knows how to play the piano, but it sounds super realistic. It sounds like, you'd hear this at a an actual jazz club.
Yeah.
Okay. Ready to scribble some gibberish?
Let's scribble in gibberish.
Let's scribble in gibberish. This one, where is it? From Ian Gillen's Wordography. And we just had a little talk about this in the chat, I think, earlier today. He says, I found myself failing to complete a test matrix and consequently unable to prove to a bloody robot that I was human. I paused and thought, this has got to stop. But of course, it was far too late for that. So I idle away my dehumanization by having perverse and cryptic intercourse with AI, which seems to have no sense of anything. It is being driven, of course. If you have to ask the right questions, AI is obliged to answer truthfully. Truthfully or now, make the most of it. I for some reason, there's these weird Chinese characters that were inserted into this text I cut and pasted, so I did my best. I don't know why that is. So this is about Ian trying and failing a CAPTCHA of, identifying traffic lights or bicycles, or what are the other things they do? Bridges, motorcycles.
Yeah.
There's not really a large number of things. It's always like, it's like about 5 to 6 things that they always ask you to identify. So apparently Gillen, traffic lights. He's admitted recently that he's got very little of his vision left, so I'm sure that doesn't make it any easier. But okay, here we go. Scribbling gibberish. It's not what I expected based on the title when I first heard it.
Yeah. Very heavy.
I haven't got a clue what you've been talking about. Your lips are moved, but I hear
gobbledygook. That's great. Great delivery.
can't understand. I'll prove I'm human, show you I'm a man.
So I feel like this is something people have brought up before, is like trying to prove you're human to a robot. It's kind of,
Yeah.
it's a little okay boomer. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
hey, I gotta tell this robot I'm a human.
Yeah, but it's relatable. Oh, another great breakdown.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Great groove.
This is definitely a return to his equal one sort of solos.
No, this is great though. Using the synth like this,
Yep.
perfect for this song.
A lot of talk in recent recent interviews with the band about AI. Norway Rock magazine was asking Roger and Don what they thought of AI, so some good insights.
And this is one of the things I was talking about. I could tell Simon's style.
Yep.
The beginning of the solo, we went ba da da. Those
Yeah.
bends.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
a very
Those
Simon thing.
bends. He has a really weird synth thing going on in the background. So the feedback I heard from more than a few people was just all the words used in the song sound ridiculous and scribbling gibberish, but
Well, I mean, gibberish is in the title.
yes. But I kind of like it. Well, so another pretty short tune there,
Yeah.
ending on that same sort of synth sound. So what do you think of scribbling gibberish? What are you going to scribble down for a score?
Hmm. I think I'll give a 4.
All right.
I like it. I like it because I'm contrarian. No, I'm kidding. Um, no, I think it's great because it's heavy without being heavy, because you can do that kind of like chugging riff and be like, oh, it's metal, but it's like,
Yeah.
everything from like the way it's produced to the tone to, they just find a way to make it heavy without crossing into that like, oh, we're trying to be a young metal band type of, sound. It really works well, and I like. I think that not obviously not focusing on lyrics or being lyrics guy. I think that the words that don't make sense in here or the way that his delivery is, Gillen's delivery is like, I think it's good because he's talking about gibberish, so some of the words he's saying in the song is gibberish, and even his delivery, like when he goes gobbledygook.
Yeah, I do like that.
I mean, you have to be a Deep Purple fan and know Gillen to just be like, okay, that's so Gillen, and it makes it okay, for within the context of the song, because they're not trying to make just a song, they're putting all these layers in it, and I think that's one of them is he's trying to be cheeky. I think the breakdown was great before the awesome solos. I like that they let the breakdown go like a couple of sections, so you get to groove with it a little bit. I love Don's synth solo, and Simon's solo was really great. I love the little, flourishes they put in, and they bum 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 that kind of like, like Gillen vocals, like keyboard, like kind of like dissonant type of thing. It sounded very cool.
Yeah.
And the chorus was also like, and the a lot of the choruses on this album, this one too, is very like you get this kind of heavy, dissonant kind of verse, and then you get almost this like upbeat, sing-songy chorus, but somehow it
Yeah.
fits in. Like they try and make like the chorus kind of be a little catchier, a little poppier, and then you go back to dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, they've used that trick more than a few times on this album, where I mean, you hit the nail on the head. It's just for me. It's just you think you know where the chorus is going to go, and it never seems to go there. It always takes a completely different turn. Like the song Scribble and Gibberish, I have an idea in my head of what it's going to sound like. It starts up, I'm like, well, that ain't it. This is like this heavy thing. But then by the time it gets to the chorus, it's like, oh, that's kind of what I was expecting. So they get you, they keep kind of toying with your emotions based on how the songs are laid out. I'll give this one a 4 too. I like it. It's definitely been stuck in my head a lot over the past few days. It may our UK listeners will appreciate this, but as soon as he said gobbledygook, I thought of Baldric from Blackadder. There's a scene. Did you ever watch Blackadder? Me and Paul used to watch it all the time. It's a great show from the 80s with Rowan Atkinson and stuff. And I can't remember which season it is. I think it might be the final season where, the character Baldric is really stupid, and he's telling him, he says something's gobbledygook, and he's like, oh, what's that? And he's like, oh, it means it doesn't make any sense or whatever. So later on in the episode, somebody says something. He goes, oh no, that's gobbledygook. I always think of that whenever I hear gobbledygook. Yeah. All right. Now, this was the next song is the song that I was anticipating the most. I was like, I just can't imagine how a song titled this could possibly be on the album. Then the lyrics kind of explained it, and I was like, I'm saying this up front. I'm a little disappointed because I was really hoping it was a straightforward song called Jessica's Bra about Jessica's bra. It's got a little double entendre in it later, but I was just really hoping, like, how is he going to write a song about this? And I have a song about I have a story about Jessica's bra that I wanted to relate to it, but now I don't know if I need to, or maybe I'll decide after we listen. But about it, Gillen says, and find my notes. He says in his wordography, Jessica's is a bawdy bar wherein resides the salt of the earth. I noticed a typo when reviewing the first sketch of the story, and that gave me the setup. The first 2 lines, rather like The Rider. I could have written 20 verses for this song, as I've spent most of my life in such great company and places. It's all true, Gov. So there you go. It's a story about a typo.
Okay.
And it's not about Jessica's bra. It's about Jessica's bar. But I thought it would be about a bra. So here we go. Jessica's bra. Again, not what I was expecting.
No, it's kind of got that Irish jig type of thing to it.
Oh yeah, I guess that would kind of fit in then. So, I don't know if I'm buying that there's a typo in the sign on the bar.
I mean, he's probably taken some liberties with the truth.
It reminds me of... Well, I'll tell later. Some people have compared this to Piano Man. There's like, this is Gillen's version of Piano Man. It's just talking about this cast of characters that's in this bar. I almost said bra. He's Got the little like trumpet patch in the background. I love that line. Makes me want a beer.
Here's the most unexpected solo I've ever heard.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think on record there's been any tapping in a Deep Purple solo ever.
He may have done a little on the last album, but yeah, you might be right. Steve
Not to this
occasionally
extent.
did a little tapping, but not like that.
No, not like, like 80s shredder style
Yeah.
tapping.
And I feel like the piano is much better suited to this song.
Yeah. Usually I don't like this Irish jig bar type of like vibe, but the more I hear it, the more I'm getting used to it.
Yeah, this and it's not like it's like a take on that style. It's not like something
Right.
super overt. Like you know, like if most other bands doing that would make it too on the nose.
Yeah. But now that you said it's about a bar, not a bra, makes a little more sense. Because it might be a type of thing you would hear in a bar.
I love the ending. Tell your friends you're having the time of your life in Jessica's bra. Classic Gillan. So I just have to say, when I was a young man, not even a man, I don't know, 13, 14. We had this friend, Jessica. You remember my friend Jess? You remember her?
I don't know. I don't, it does not ring a bell.
So she was super cool. And so Scott's younger brother went to school with her brother. So she was a year older than us. So it was like she was in whatever grade. We were in the grade below that. And her brother was in the grade below us. So we just started hanging out with her. She was like the only girl in the group, so she was just like super cool. Everybody loved her. She was awesome. But she did that thing where she'd like take off her bra and then take it off without taking her shirt off. That's the first time I'd ever seen something like that. So when I saw this written in the lyrics, I was like, that's the first thing I thought of because we're all like, how does she do that? Because, we didn't know any girls, and I'm sure everyone else could do that. I don't know why she did it, but it was cool.
I don't know, to be interesting, to be one of the guys.
But that wasn't really her, like, style, She was just, it must have been like, I don't know. But I just remember she had done it, and we were just like, whoa, you can do that? I didn't know you could do that. But why would we know that? None of us wore bras. So yeah,
True.
so that was when I saw this on the track listing, that was the first thing I thought of. And then I was like, but what is his song about this going to be about? And it's about a bar, and it's about a cast of characters in a bar that anyway, what are you rating this song?
Well, I think it's pretty clever, honestly.
Okay.
Now that you told the story behind it, I mean, it's you know what I mean.
You talk about my story.
I feel I know what your disappointment probably comes from, that your life experience made you think the song was going to be about one thing and Gillan's take was another. Go figure that Gillan didn't know what you went through when you were a child.
What I went through, it sounds like it was traumatic for me. Oh man, I gotta see. I have to see him. I have to talk to my therapist about this.
But I feel like this is so Gillan, and it actually, like, once you told the story, like, it honestly changed the way that I felt about the song.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of unusual, because now that I get it, and I was listening to it, and I guess it made it more enjoyable. So I'm gonna say another 4 for this one.
All right.
At first the da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, that drop kicks Murphy type of stuff is just, I don't really, it's just like, all
No,
right,
it's not your thing at all.
but I mean, it's just, I feel like every Irish bar band type of thing is just, the Irish jig thing. It's like, all right, yawn, try something new, try something else, give me a break. But,
Give
but I
me a
mean,
break.
I mean, knowing Simon's background and like knowing that this song's about a bar, I'm just like, okay, I get it. And it doesn't like go on too long because you kick into the verse, which is, a very simple, ba 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 ba, and and I like the way that like Roger was kind of pumping
Mhm.
away in the background. That was really held it down, made it very cool. And also like I think Simon doing like one of the most unique solos in Purple history. Like I
Mm.
said, like maybe he did some tapping on the last album. Maybe, obviously Morris was a virtuoso, but I don't remember any solos where he did that Eddie Van Halen style, like fretboard tapping. Like that was totally
No.
unexpected.
Morse would do the kind of thing where he would like bend a note and then he would like hit a note higher up on the fretboard, like bing, and they pull off of it. But he
Yeah,
wouldn't
but
do
that's not,
the sort of thing like that. That
yeah.
wasn't his style.
Yeah, that's not the same. And honestly, I mean, it worked, and I
Yeah.
think that it was very cool. It was like, I don't know how to put it. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, you never expect to hear this in a Deep Purple song, but it also didn't sound out of place. It didn't sound like,
No.
oh, the young gun is trying to like bring them into the 21st century and make them something they're not. It's like it fits in because I mean, think about it. Every Deep Purple guitar player was a virtuoso in some
Yeah.
way, shape, or form. And it's 2026, so why not throw in some tapping? I thought it was a very cool addition. It didn't sound out of place. It didn't sound like Don tripping over the piano a couple of songs earlier.
Or
Um,
you know what it was like Don was doing? He was doing like a somersault on one of those big floor pianos from like the movie Big. Because my kids used to have one of those. They called it what did they call it? The running piano or something. And then
Yeah.
we'd roll it out and they would like when they were little and they jump on it. That's what
Yeah.
it sounded like.
But yeah,
But
I thought it was really good. My enjoyment of the song this time was the most that it has been. Yeah.
yeah, I would agree with that. And I think I think I alluded to this before, and I'll say it more clearly now. I think I think Simon is the most versatile guitar player they've ever had. I feel like he can play all the other stuff, and he's got a lot. He's got so many tricks in his bag that you're never like, oh, he's rolling this out again. You know what I mean? And I feel like, obviously, I'm not saying anything bad about Blackmore, about Morris, or about Bolin. Love all the three of them, all different ways. But there was a lot of like go-to things for them, and I feel like he has Simon has his own style, but without having to be he's doing that again. Like
Right.
they've all got their own thing. But he's got so many tricks like that. Like he's done how many solos, and this is the first time he's really doing a speed tapping sort of thing. He does that string raking thing a lot. He does the something that's more common with like more modern guitar players, which you didn't hear a lot back then, was like these downward slides, like bam, like rather than sliding up on the fretboard. He does that a lot really expertly, or he'll mix it with like a slide up on one string, slide down on another string. So he's like constantly like he'll slide up on this, he'll slide down on another string. So he's got so many little things he can just pepper in wherever he wants. And this is a great example of him doing that. I will also give this one a 4. The beginning of it did not remind me, until you mentioned it, of that like Irish sort of song. But what it did remind me of was it sounded to me like it could have been like the theme song for a Nintendo game.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that.
And we'll get way more into that later because if we do the final instrumental here, that's only available in the box set. That one, and it's got strong Nintendo vibes. And I think I brought that up before, but He's around our age. He would have grown up on that music. And I put it in my written review before the album came out, but he's like, Deep Purple influenced all the composers that would write the music for Nintendo songs. And then this is the generation who was influenced by the Nintendo songs making rock music. So I feel like it's kind of interesting. And that's my take on it. I could talk to Simon, maybe he'd say something totally different. To me, it sounds like Deep Purple inspired a video game composer. Simon grew up playing those games. It inspired him melodically to put it back into a Deep Purple song, which to me is kind of this cool full circle thing. Okay. Jessica's Bra. All right, the next one up. The song is called Third Call. And this one is not. This is the only song in the album that is not in Ian Gillan's wordography.
Right.
So he put all these songs in his wordography the other day, and then all of a sudden people started I noticed it, and I went to go post about it, and people had already posted about it, that he included a song called Hoot and Slither, which to me sounds like it would be a song about Coverdale. So the lyrics about this, and there's an interview that he did in The Sun. He said, Gillan said, for some time now, I've been trying to make an album sound as if all the songs belong. There's one exception on this record, and I'm not happy about it, he announced. When I suggest the track in question might be Third Call, he says, oh, how did you guess? He said, I've done my own little album on my computer, replacing it with a song destined to be a B-side or bonus track called Hoot and Slither, which does fit. So it sounds kind of like Sour Grapes. Like he didn't want this song in the album. He wanted a different one. He lost that battle. And so this song is included. So it kind of like he's throwing shade at it by not even including it in his wordography. Instead, he includes the song that he wanted to be in its place on the album. And it sounds like he's made his own little album on his computer where he puts that song in place of Third Call. So, so going into this, understanding that Gillan sounds like he's not a big fan of this song. Let's take a listen.
Really cool opening.
Yeah. So this again reminds me of Robert Cray a lot, like particularly the drums.
Honestly, I was trying to rack in my brain to try and figure out what the verse made me think of. Actually made me think of, we were talking about like Eddie Van Halen tapping in the last song. It made me think of a Van Halen kind of rhythm from Finish What You Started, which I think was a single, like, come on baby, finish what you started, which I all over the radio when like that, I think one of their late 80s albums came out.
Oh yeah, you couldn't avoid that song.
But yeah, this also made me think of something really bluesy, like the other song. Which one was it? The Rider.
Yep. So if you want some, that little thing right there made me think my phone was having an alarm going off. That little marimba sound.
All right, now hear this. This makes me think of Pacey and the Mule.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Now hear what Simon did. Da-na-na-na-na-na.
Yep.
That's another Simon thing right there. So I identified a couple of lead things that Simon sometimes does, which I'm happy about because now his kind of like get a little bit of the sense of like his style. Some of his go-tos.
That's
awesome.
Yeah,
Love
great.
that.
Very
Works
reminiscent
great
of
on a
Lord,
nice
actually.
distorted Hammond. Yeah. Definitely channeling John Lord in that solo.
And just kind of like making like the pianos like fading, or the organs fading off in the distance.
We both know it's purely physical. There's no time for subtle, it's all.
So if you get a little taste of Roger now.
Yep.
Not so much as a parting wave. Our love is on hold until the next call. Forget the first two because just like you, I don't have much to talk about. All we do is scream and shout. All we do is scream and shout.
That part's really weird that they throw that in. Yeah, I hear the mule now. I didn't pick up on it.
And I mean, just to hear Pacey kind of go a little wild like that is like you don't really hear it much anymore.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, it is, because it sounds very, not. I mean, you have to take these guys for what they're worth. I mean, he's been playing in Deep Purple for like friggin' 60 years now, right?
58 years has it been? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, so obviously he can't like he can't play the mule anymore, but I mean, just
Apparently
doing,
he can. Maybe not for the whole song, but
well, doing stuff like that is like you don't really hear him do those kinds of like, fills or things like that. So it was really exciting to hear that, and I instantly picked up on it. And I was just like, wow, that's very cool, because you just hear a lot of drum chaos going on and you're like, oh, what's this?
So this makes me very curious about Hoot and Slither, and if you want to check it out, put a link in the show notes. You can read the lyrics to Hoot and Slither, and they are quite interesting. Very Gillen, like what the hell is he talking about? I won't read the lyrics to you, but I will read his little intro, which is only 2 sentences. There really is an owl in my kumquat tree, and at times I've had the wolf at my door. Don't ask about the ex-banshee or the ice cream, and I'm afraid to say that floor rhymes with door.
Okie dokie.
So that's Hoot and Slither. So
Okay. Okay.
again, I'm telling you, Hoot and Slither. The white snake himself. Okay. So third call. What are you going to rank this one?
Oh man. Well, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm handing out too many of the same thing here, but I'm going to go with a 4. I was going to say 3.5, but you know what? I got to say 4.
Don't overthink it, man. Just go with your gut.
Yeah, no, I was, you know why? Because it's like up until I'm hearing it now, and maybe it's because we're really listening to it, I kind of heard that, boom, ba, ba, da, da, na, 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 and I'm just kind of like, again.
Yeah.
But I mean, now it hits me a little differently, because it's like you have that really dark, like classic, Deep Purple sounding like intro, very John Lord. And then it goes into that, like you said, a Robert Cray, Van Halen, bluesy type of thing, which really works, and it's kind of got like a different timing to it. And then it goes into, a really like kind of another kind of upbeat, memorable chorus, and then back to that really dark, unusual keyboard thing with like Pacey doing a mule type of thing on the drums. And it's just kind of like, all right, this song's all over the place, but somehow it fits in together.
Yep.
And it's very cool. And I think really what makes it for me is that, kind of, that difference, that dichotomy of sounds, or of like feelings of it, because and then it ends off in that ba da da da, and you're kind of like, "Ooh, this sounds like creepy,"
Yeah.
and and then and Aries solo is probably one of the best on the album,
Yeah, that's a
and I
really good
mean.
one.
And I mean, you don't want to damn him with faint praise or anything. I mean, he's great in his own right, but I mean, the fact that it's like sounds like John Lord could have played it, it's probably more of a compliment to him than anything. But
Yeah.
it sounds like he was channeling Lord, like he came back and played the solo and then returned to the Never After, or the Beyond or whatever you call it. I just thought it was, yeah, I thought it was is great upon this listen. Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna give it a 4 as well. I really, really dig this one. I love the vibe of what Simon's doing on the guitar and the drum interplay in particular. And obviously the solos are great. You covered that perfectly. Yeah, really good tune. Really, I did not think there'd be 2 songs on the new Deep Purple album that really reminded me of vintage Robert Cray, but
Right.
but there you go. Okay. The next track up is called My New Movie.
What you doing Wednesday? You got nothing on. Drop by, we'll start rocking on a block. Just take a look around.
Just go right into it. I love that.
Yeah, no, didn't waste any time.
I got a half-written script, catering and lights, a shitload of cameras and a crew.
Like he says, I've got a shitload of cameras.
Trailer. Now all I really need is you. I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie?
Oh no, he says shed load, apparently, according to the lyrics. Sounds a lot like shitload.
Catchy chorus.
Yeah. Very, it reminds me of the what Simon does on the chorus reminds me of Hendrix, like Manic Depression.
I was just gonna say that, ba-na-na-na-na-na-na, but just enough, just a little bit.
Yeah,
Not too
yeah.
much.
Not derivative at all.
Well, derivative, but at least he doesn't do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just enough to make you think
by
about it.
Inspired. An homage.
That's great.
It's almost JLT there, where his ad-libs like, quiet on the set.
Sounds like something Richie would have played.
Yeah.
Oh, listen to Roger.
Oh, yeah.
I love that you can hear Roger in this part.
So listen to this part.
That's great.
So that really bothered me because I was like, I know I've heard that in church a million times. What is it? I think it's Bach.
Is it?
It is, yeah. I played it for Jen. She's like, that's Bach. And I was like, okay, good. It's Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring. Ovis Nakvi, I sent it to him and he's texted me back in about 12 seconds.
Forever. 'Cause I got a half-written script, catering and lights, a shitload of cameras and a crew. Like he says, I've got a shitload of cameras and a crew. I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire. You wanna be in my new movie? I'm on fire.
That's great.
All right. My new movie. What do you think, John?
I'm gonna have to give it another 4.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, I keep thinking like 3, 3.5, but I keep like halfway through the song, I'm just like, I can't do it. They're just too good. I mean, it kicks right in, like, high energy. It's like it's got a great like catchy chorus. I think the solo's great, and like I said, I love it when when everything just kind of drops out and you get to hear like Roger grooving in the background. And then yeah, what is it, the Bach keyboard thing?
Yep.
It really reminded me of like for maybe a few seconds of like this sounds like something that would have happened on like one of the first 2 Deep Purple albums.
Mm.
As it just drops off and you get this kind of classical thing that goes on and on, except it only went on just a little bit to like kind of give you that
Yeah,
hint of
on the
like
first couple Deep Purple albums, that would have been like an 8-minute segment.
exactly. Exactly. But you only get a hint of it, which I think is great because you're just getting a lot of different things on this album. That's even like the little bit at the end of the chorus where you get a little bit of that manic depression thing, which there's enough of it to make you think like, yeah, it's manic depression, but then it goes away before you say, oh, this is a complete rip. Um, but I don't know, you know what I mean? It's like some stuff. I'm trying to think of some bands that do later albums, which I know it's an older, example, but like Kiss's last 2 albums, which I think were done like a while ago. I don't know. I think their
Yeah,
last one
like
was like
10 or 15 years ago or something.
2010, 2012 or whatever, where like some things were just like complete rips of like their own stuff, other band stuff. Like there was one song where like I think like Alice Cooper's people sued him because it sounded too much like I'm 18, I think.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's just like a lot of stuff is just like instead of hinting at stuff and it's like it's very clever or very musical, it's just kind of like, come on, man, you just basically ripped off like Poison here or something like that.
Right.
But I mean, the way that these guys are doing things, I just think it's very cool. And it's like, and I'm not just saying it because I love them, you know what I mean? It's just like if I were rolling my eyes, because I didn't like, the kind of Irish jig, type of vibe on Jessica's Bra or anything else, then I would like I'd call it out like Don's piano solo, like on what song was that?
Oh, guilt tripping.
Yeah, was just like it wasn't great. I mean, but I mean, that's the thing is like let's call out what's not good. But I mean, let's think about it. Everything on this hand has been like really great, and the critical stuff has been very little. And I think that that's good, and I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting by this point for the album to just kind of be like, well, I don't know. I guess these guys are losing steam. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't think so.
I've
I
read
really
a
like this
few
one.
reviews kind of saying that, but for the most part, people have been pretty positive on the album.
Yeah.
A few people just saying, and I think it's mostly people probably just aren't huge Deep Purple fans, just saying, things
Yeah.
about, Gillan's voice, this and that, which, I get it, but it's also at the same time just kind of taking into account where they actually are.
Right.
I'm going to give this one a 3.5.
Yeah.
I like it more the more I hear it. I probably would have given it a 3 a few days ago.
Yeah.
I think the verse and just him talking about all the stuff he's going to get together for his movie kind of is a little boring to me. And I'm a little disappointed he doesn't say a shitload of cameras because that was my favorite line and it wasn't even right.
You could think that he said it.
Yeah, I guess so. For me, I'm going to change our lyrics on our lyrics page so it says that. But yeah, like I do like the solos. I like that little Bach interlude. I like it. Oh, it's some of the reviews I read were people saying, "Oh, the Bach thing is out of nowhere," and but that's the cool thing about it to me is these unexpected things. He throws this in. It's very brief. It's super cool. And to me, it was like, oh my God, I'm in church. I can smell the smell of the upholstery on the pews, and the smell of the wood and the dust, and I could feel like I was in church, because I probably heard that 500 times in church as a kid. I could see when I played it for Jen, she brought up the picture of, I don't know if you had them in your church growing up, but the picture of like the little board where they'd slide in the numbers for which hymns you're doing that day.
Yeah.
Which I hadn't even thought of, and that was what she thought of when she heard it. The pictures of the hymn numbers, like, oh my God. She's like, did you guys have one of these? I'm like, yeah, of course we did. But yeah, so it brought back some really cool things, and I like that they went for that and did something totally unexpected. Okay, well, I think with that, we're on the I didn't read his little snippet for this one. That's going to answer a lot of questions.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I was daydreaming and walking home along the lane from Henley's Roundabout to Brabazon Road sometime in 1962. It wasn't raining that day. A stranger who became known to me as Andy was about to pass when I stopped him to ask if he knew anyone on the estate who could play the guitar. Amazingly, he said he was learning the instrument along with some friends. Splendid, I thought, and called them all to rehearsal at my place Saturday morning at 10 a.m., and that's when it all began for me. You never know what might happen if you don't give it a shot. So, interesting little tale of Gillen's youth. And what he says about the final song, the titular SPLAT. He says, there's an old cartoon of a spaceship landing in a garage forecourt. One of the aliens approaches a petrol pump and says, take me to your leader. Aliens are usually depicted as humanoids in our image. Maybe they were like that a long time ago. And that's a lot of Gillen stuff right there. Here we go. Yeah. The titular album closer, SPLAT. This immediately made me think of the Gypsy.
Oh.
Not surprising. Listen to that bass.
I love it.
So dirty, raunchy.
Song's got a great groove.
I like he says symptom of the universe there.
Yeah. This whole song's got such a great groove.
It's funky. I want to say musically it's the funkiest thing they've done since like Mark III. Mark IV, perhaps.
Yeah, gotcha.
This reminds me of the Bleeding Obvious from the last album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good, bridge. I really like it. Kind of lightens things up, takes it away from the funk for a minute. Oh, when did Stevie Wonder walk in?
I know, right? Awesome. Obviously, I'm liking the whole clavichord solo.
Oh, yeah. That's the first thing I thought of, is that Nate's gonna love this.
Yeah.
And I love how they come back to this bridge again.
Yeah, it's melodical part.
They're like a phaser on the end here.
Yeah, like a flange or something.
I love it. Again, something else that could have gone on, and it ended almost too quickly.
Yeah, and that's I think it's kind of the two sides of Bob Ezrin, but I think for the most part, it's probably a pretty positive thing.
Yeah,
because easily. I mean,
like
this album could be 3 hours long if you extended all the songs.
Yeah, but I like that, because I mean, you got a bunch of veterans that like are masters of their craft, and they're just, we could do whatever we want. We'll just make 20-minute long jams, and whether they are thinking that or not, it's like they're smart enough to have a producer in here who with them, I think, is working to create these very appropriately length songs, so you don't lose the plot, so to speak.
Right.
And I like that, because Splat could have been like so long. I feel like this could have been such a long song.
Yeah, and it kind of shows their the maturity that they're not just saying. They're like, Bob Ezrin is obviously Bob Ezrin, but they don't need to do what he says. They could produce it with they could easily get a yes man producer, some young kid who do a great job producing the album, and would let them do whatever they want. But they want him specifically because he's going to be like, no, I'm Bob Ezrin. I'm like a peer of yours. I'm going to tell you no at this. Because how many young guys or even older guys that don't have the cred of Bob Ezrin are going to tell an established band no, or tell them no, we're doing it this way. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's great.
What do you rank Splat?
I'm gonna give Splat a 5.
Oh,
I mean, just based on like Roger just introing the song alone, just on that alone. I mean, it was great to hear him lay down the groove like that, and then the rest of the song was really based on that. I mean, you just heard him. It was just guitar, bass, and bass, drums, and then the lead instrument, like during the solo, which I love, because it's very, jammy, very raw type thing. But his bass sound now is just like it's so like full but plucky, and you know what I mean, not too bottom end. It's just like, I don't know, there's something about it. It's great. And I mean, knowing that it's Roger too, it's just awesome to hear him just like lay down that groove, and he's not showing off, he's not reinventing the wheel, he's just like making a great song. And the whole ba na 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 na, it's just, again, really heavy, catchy, and even like the chorus, ba na 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 na, very just classic Deep Purple,
Yeah, it's great.
And Gillan sounded great too in this. They all did.
Absolutely. I saw somewhere that they were going to play this song, or that they did the live debut of it, but I'm not finding it, so that might have been incorrect information. But I know in the interview in the Norway Rock magazine, Roger mentioned that he really liked the song and would like to do it live, but just didn't know if they were going to. So I hope they do. I hope they change that and do that when we go to see them. Well, John, I'm glad you said that, because I'm also going to give this one a 5.
Hi-oh!
Obviously, that middle section was almost specifically for me. I love that sort of stuff. I love Roger's intro. I love the Gill and the bow, ba-da-be dow, bow. Like that whole part along with the riff is just great. It's funky.
Mm-hmm.
It's something a little different, but it's also a really good album closer. You know, it has like a finality to it, and you know, they're already these crazy bastards are already talking about going in the studio next year to do another album. It's
Jesus Christ.
like what the hell? When is it ever? You know, it's not that we want it to be over, but it's just like it just seems improbable that this keeps happening.
Yeah, I know.
So this might not be the last album, which is, you know, how long have we been saying, oh, this has got to be the last one. It's got to be the last one. It's got to be the last one. Maybe not. But yeah, I think if it was, this is a great closer. Now, I propose to you this. The first song they played from any of this stuff was called Guinnesses, and they did it live, and it's an instrumental. And that's the first thing anyone's heard from this whole SPLAT project. It was done live months ago. They did include a 45 of it with the vinyl box set. Do we listen to that? And if we do we review it as part of the album?
I mean, I didn't, I know you sent it to me, but I didn't get a chance to listen to it.
It'll be a first listen for you.
So,
I haven't actually, I ripped it, but I've heard the live version, but I haven't heard the record version other than when I was just kind of propping it up.
Well, let's listen to it.
Let's listen to it and then we'll decide. Okay, here we go. Guinnesses. Dropping the needle on it. Now this reminds me of the Nintendo, a specific game too. But listen to this and tell me this isn't inspired from a kid that grew up playing Nintendo games. Listen to Roger's bass there.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom.
Like he's gonna run out of keys eventually. Nope.
It's really good.
Yeah, this is heavy. And it's very emblematic of the interplay between Simon and Don in this lineup.
I love that. It's really heavy. Nice.
Just hear that cymbal ringing out like you're in the room with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty cool track. What do you think of it? Should it be included in the album rankings? I feel like I don't know, like it's not on the physical releases. It's just there as a 45, but it's the first thing that was ever released, or the first thing we ever heard from this. So what do you think? Or do we just leave it there and just say that was Guinness's? I kind of like the Irish Guinness combined with Genesis.
Yeah. So it's not part of any of the albums?
It's not part of any of the physical release, not even a bonus track. It's just in the box set as it's over there. As a little 45 inside of it. And the reverse side of it is a live version, I think, of No Need to Shout from 2022.
Oh, okay. I mean, I could just tell you my rating and we won't put it in.
All right.
If we want to be sticklers about it, so it doesn't skew the album. I mean, it probably won't skew it the other way, but I'll give it a 4. I liked it.
I would do the same. With so many 4s on this, I don't think it would change anything.
I know.
Let's just put them in there. Who cares?
Just put it in. Who gives a shit? It's not like it's going to tank at like 2. All right.
Yeah, if it was a real dog.
I mean, I thought it was one of the better instrumentals that they've done in their more recent albums. Like, I really liked it.
I think it's probably one of the better instrumentals they've done ever. I think it's great. I think it's really, really good.
Yeah, I agree.
And it sounds exactly like the Nintendo game Pro Wrestling. And I posted that when they first posted it live. I'm like, this is freaking pro wrestling. I'm playing the game. I can see it. A winner is you. That's the one with the bad translation. When you won, it says, a winner is you. It's one of my favorites. Yeah. All right, Guinnesses. Well, there you go. So I'm just realizing we never thanked our patrons at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, I was thinking about that halfway through, and then I'm like, well, you can always, go back in and put it in post.
I guess I could.
Or you could just thank everybody now, and I don't know, whatever you want to do.
Let's do a speed round while John fumbles with the spreadsheet.
Well, it gives me plenty of time to fumble. Yeah.
If we do all the patrons now, that would be like the first time ever.
I mean, first time ever since you changed the format to like tiers of patrons. So let's, why not?
That's true. Yeah, we used to, when we only had like 3 patrons, we did them all at the same time. All right.
Yeah, that was much different. Yeah.
All right. All of our patrons, let's do it. At the In Memoriam tier, Gerald, Jerry Kelly and family. At the $25 Uncommon Man tier, Ovis Nakfi. At the 20 is Plenty tier, Alan. At the £10 Good Doctor tier, Dr. Mike Catan. At the Turn It Up to $11 tier, Clay Wambacher, Frank Thielgard Mortensen, Mickelstein, Will Porter, PhD, PP, and Michael, don't call him Bradford Bagford. Don't call him Ezrin Bagford. At the $10 Someone Came to Ryan M., Jeff Bryce, Victor Campos, Better Call Saul Evans.
I'm so impressed they threw in this baby. Signed by the one and only Richie Blackmore.
And Peter from Illinois. At the £8 lesser-known patrons tier, Robert Smith. And at the Deep Thoughts by John Matola tier, Mr. Fielding Fowler.
And now, Deep Thoughts by John Matola.
Yeah, rotten chicken and myrrh.
Feelings on fire tonight.
At the Deep Purple Podcast Hall of Fame, we have
Rich, Young, Shayla.
I know who Rich is. Rich is my favorite.
Jorg Planer and Norman Weichelbaum. At the core level, the $6.99, the Nice Price Plus tier. Woo! Spike the Rock Cats, Ghost and Sugar Tea. At the episode $6.66 tier, Steve Coldwell.
Get it together, Steve.
Arthur Smith.
Getting support from the patron Arthur Smith.
And Charles Meadows. At the $6.65 Almost Evil tier, Kenny Wymore, Richie Sucksmith, and Sarah Jane.
Hello, Sarah Jane.
At the 70 Norwegian kroner tier, Kai Rune Yesem Norwegian Olsen. At the €5.50 tier, Merline. Whoa, wait, what? No. At the $5.99 nice price tier, Adrian Hernandez.
Hey, who the hell are you?
And Scallop Strap Matt at the 60 kroner Scandinavian Nights tier, DJ Newt Morton Johansson. At the €5.50 tier, Merline Rota. And at the £4 Lucy 4 tier, Duncan Leask.
Smoke on the water.
And he just sent us some more Lucy stuff too, so I'm gonna have to add that into the some great new Lucy jingles. At the $5 money lender tier, John Convery, German Heindel, Jesper Elman, Alexi the Perfect Stranger, Slepikoff, Kev Roberts, Scott Zerns, Cynthia Doobie, Raf Calf.
You guys ever have sex?
Coyote Bongwater. John Maselli.
Well, I do look good in shark skin.
Jellybean, Evan Robeson, Purple, Swede. Where are you, Mr. Swede?
Sweet, 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 sweet.
Then we, of course, have Ralphie Lee.
I'm not a rich man, and I'm not your friend, Rich, either.
Joe Dopefish Sigler. Then at the £3.50 tier, the Deep Purple New York tier, Lord Longford. At the £3 aromatic feed tier, Simon Ford. At the €3.50 tier, Weston Supermare Pilgrim. At the 293 pence tier, we have
Blackmore tights.
At the €2.50 Too Many Tears tier, Soldier of Fortune.
Too many tears.
At the $3 Nobody's Perfect tier, Peter Gardeau. Ian DeRosier. Mark Roback. Stuart McCord. Ivan Fjellbu. Runar Simonsen. Congratulations to them and their Norway team on winning the other night. Was it last night? Yeah, last night as of recording this. Ruinous Inadequacies, Corey Morissette, Ashley. Adam Cork, Tim Wood, Steve Down to Earth Kohler.
Make your love.
Michael, Matt in Vegas, Lisa's Cray Superstar, Rosedale Tom, and Zwapper the Electric Alchemist, who needed to be in an upper tier. Sorry about that. We'll fix that later. At the 19.31 Cold Hard Danish Kroner tier, Karsten Lau.
Cold Hard Danish Kroner.
And at the $1 made-up name tier, we've got the Dying Gibberish, Leaky Mausoleum, Stephen Somerville, The Concerto 1999, Fanatic, Hank the Tank, Private Eyes, Ashen Lionel, Anders Engstrom, ICDC, Durple Purple, David Haddam, Graham Bonnets, Disco Pants and Haircuts.
I said, Graham, our audience expects you to be a bit more dirty.
Disco pants and haircuts, yeah.
I'm just going to put my guitar across his head.
And Sick Tone.
Where is she? Where is she?
Just about to close up the library.
Thank you to all of you for your generous support of the Deep Purple podcast. I just had to go back to my Zoom window to make sure you were still there.
I'm here.
That, folks, is why we don't do them all at once.
Oh,
but
Nate's ready to pass out.
Thank you to all of our wonderful patrons. And here we go to the spreadsheet.
We're just busting down the spreadsheet, and he's fumbling with the tabs. Oops, he sorted it the wrong way. Now he can't tell what is bad.
All right, John, where does Splat fall on our overall album rankings?
All right, well, since I've switched to desktop, I can't seem to sort our ratings anymore.
Let's go like this. Boop. There we go.
Oh! I lost it. Okay, I found it.
Okay.
How did you do that?
I just hit about where it says rank. I hit the rank, and now it's ranked from 1 to 163.
Well, you just hit rank?
Yeah.
It's not doing it for me.
No? Are you
Like the
locked out?
sort? I don't
So
know.
if I do the number, it'll sort by the episode number that it was, and if I do rank, it'll sort by the ranking from 1 to 163, and this one ends up at, where is it?
Well, hang on.
There
I'm
it is.
looking.
I got it highlighted for you.
All right, no, I got it. Yeah, so it's 7.86, which is number 41, top 25%. No surprise there. Nate and I, no variance. We rated it equally.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yep, 3.93. But it's sandwiched here between Trying to Burn the Sun by Elf and Love Hunter by Whitesnake.
Good company. I'm surprised Elf was that high. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good album, but
well, the thing that really surprises me is that it's slightly lower than Equals One.
Yeah. Very slightly, but yeah.
And I mean, I look back at the rankings while you were reading the patrons, and it's like it was up that high mostly because of you. You ranked a lot of that much higher than I did.
Oh, Equals One, yeah.
Yeah, and I ranked this one much higher than I did Equals One, or a little bit higher, but even with and you ranked it actually overall lower. And, that kind of brought it down a little bit. Not that there's like, a ton of space between them. They're very close. They're like a few albums within each other. So, I mean, feel like for all intents and purposes, it's just like, Equals One and Splat are both exceptional.
Yeah, you're talking 7.86 versus 7.92.
Right. Right. But I mean, I'm kind of surprised because I thought that this would probably be over it just based on, maybe how much I was ranking everything on this album higher. I mean, I definitely enjoyed it more. I liked it better.
Yeah, like I ranked Equals One just slightly above this, and you ranked it just slightly below this. And my initial reaction of this was I couldn't tell if I liked it more than Equals One or not. Because I really remember, obviously, 2 years ago that summer, loving Equals One. And this came out, and it was just, I couldn't tell if it was just the excitement of having the new album or what. But either way, I'd say they're both. And I think I think we talked about this in the last episode. When you think of those sophomore albums by lineups, generally not where Deep Purple is doing their best. At least in our rankings, or just with, think of House of Blue Light, Abandon, Fireball, although I love it, was not their biggest hit of that lineup. Those Stormbringer was another one where people loved Burn and they did not like Stormbringer. I happen to like most of the House of Blue Light and Abandon, maybe not my top, but yeah, this one to me is the equal of Equals One, not a follow up that's not achieving what it's trying to achieve.
Well, I think it definitely achieved quite a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think that I really enjoyed this album. I'm glad that I did. I mean, I'm always a little, suspect at first of, a new album, like, oh, is it going to be as good? I don't really know the songs. But then you spend some time with it and, you get to enjoy it. And now I'm like looking forward to, getting back on the road with Deep Purple, as it were. And hearing some of these new songs and experiencing all the summer excitement again. And, it's just, it's great. Like I said before, I think that the few people that are just like, these guys should hang it up. This isn't Deep Purple. Like, go home. It's like they've sucked for years or whatever. It's just like they clearly just don't get the culture around enjoying the band in the present and even going to see them. It makes it more. That's why I think we loved Equals One so much, is that we were swept up in the like the tour, going to see them and like the excitement around.
And the fact that they actually celebrated the album on the tour by playing 5 songs from it, which is unheard of these days.
Yeah, but just
they're not going to play 5 songs from this album, I don't think.
No. Well, we'll
Sadly.
see. I mean, we don't know, but maybe we do know. I don't know, but it's
And hey, I get why they wouldn't do that. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't fault them, but it was exciting that they did on the last album, and I'd be happy
Yeah.
if they did it too. Like the old days, you play a good number of songs from the new album, and you play some of your classics.
Right. And I mean, I get that at this point with the more that time goes on and the more of a new catalog that they have, the more that they contractually probably have to play a certain number of the familiar, the familiars, depending on what venue they're in. But, the whole point being is like, it's been an exciting time to be a Purple fan. And I'm glad that they're still producing such great output.
Yeah.
It's a hell of an album, and I love it. And you can tell everything from like the artwork to like, Gillan's explanations of the songs to they just put a lot of thought into it. It's not just another one of these legacy bands trying to eke out another album and then go on tour and nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, like they don't have to have this like whatever 14-page colorful booklet with all that stuff. Like people don't need to do that nowadays, and they'll sell just as many copies. Obviously, yeah, they have the yellow vinyl and the purple vinyl and the black vinyl and the CD. They've released a cassette. They released the reel to reel. They released a special. There's so much friggin' merchandise for this album, and I get they have to do that because how else are they gonna? They've got to, for the collectors, make their money. I don't begrudge them that at all, but they don't have to put as much actual thought and effort into it as they do. Like I said, they could release the same thing with no booklet and it would be fine, but it's cool that there's like a booklet that you want to look through with art you want to look at, not just whatever the lyrics scrolling by on Spotify are. Yeah. So I'm super happy with this album. I'm excited to listen to it again without having to really think about reviewing it.
Yeah. Me too.
But yeah, really great stuff. I'm glad you liked it too. And
me too. Because I'm always nervous with these new albums that it's going to be like, I don't know, like what was that album we listened to that was like that disjointed one where like JLT like did guest vocals on it and some other people, Graham Bonnet, and it's like, oh, they probably like flew in their vocals from across the globe.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Was it the yacht rock one or?
Oh yeah, that was it. That was it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that this is like that, but it's like, you're always afraid that like newer albums by more established artists are going to sound like that, and you're going to be like, ugh, they don't really, they're not bringing it anymore. They don't really sound that good, and it's not the case. And I'm happy to hear that because nothing pains you more than seeing your favorite artists or your heroes growing up or whatever just crawling to the finish line. And it's
right.
And I mean,
there'd be no reason for them to do that at all. That you just go play legacy shows and be done with it.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you look at the pictures of them, right? And you got like Roger looks super cool. Gillan, he's wearing the sheriff's badge and everything
for some reason,
for whatever. But that's his that's his outfit of choice for this one. He's still got a sense of humor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He could just be like at home, like just being like, nope, I'm like, I can't move around that good. I can't see that well anymore. Fuck this shit. I'm not doing it. But it's like he's not doing that. He's like. He's still. I think that it's like it's in their blood. They to just. Keep cranking it out and, just doing a great job at it. And I mean, you could tell that they care because if they didn't care, they wouldn't get Bob Ezrin, right? They wouldn't, like you said, release the booklet or have like the artwork that actually was good and not like, it didn't look like somebody did it on like, Photoshop or some shit,
Microsoft Paint. Photoshop, you could do some good stuff.
All right. Yeah. Paint, Microsoft Paint, or like, but yeah, like, I don't know, like a picture of the band that somebody like badly cropped on Paint and then like put it on a purple background and they're just like deep purple.
Yeah, or like one of those pictures like graphic design is my passion, and it's like a cat like on a rainbow background with a, have you ever seen those?
Yes. Ridiculous.
Well, John, we did it again.
Woo!
They couldn't possibly release another album now.
Jesus Christ, in a couple of summers.
Yeah, here we are again. We're gonna freaking give up before they do. But this is great. I'm really excited to have it, and it's cool to be excited. Like the album comes in the mail. I'm like, oh, I'm looking through it. Looking through all the stuff. It's cool. It's cool how they made all that stuff work so well for them, and I'm excited. I'm excited that they're excited, and fun album. Can't wait to see them live. So
yeah,
that's it. Next week we return to our breezy summer format. And John, do you know what song we're going to be doing?
Nope.
You'll see.
Yeah. You'll see. Oh, damn it! I biffed it.
That's all right. I don't. None of us know. But
wait, what song? What song will we be doing?
You'll see.
There you go. Once we press on John Lord's little nose there, it'll tell us, but we don't know yet. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for listening, and we'll catch you next week.
If you like the Deep Purple podcast and would like to support the show, please consider joining our Patreon or donating on PayPal. Patrons get full access to the podcast, Discord server, ratings, spreadsheets, and live stream invites. You can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts to help new people discover the show. You can follow the show on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, or Threads. You can also check out the website at deeppurplepodcast.com for show notes and more. Contact us via email at John or Nate at deeppurplepodcast.com. Thanks for listening.